Kanino time. Mas maganda naman pag-aari.
Kahit mas ma-explain.
Ma-explain pa
Okay, good morning, everyone. Um, and I am presiding over this very conference on behalf of our chairperson, Engineer Sulaiman Madaya, who is currently on leave. So please be informed that this very conference is being recorded and will be live streamed on YouTube to ensure transparency and compliance with the government procurement rules. So today is August 28, 2026. But before we proceed, may I request our head of the Box Secretariat, Engineer Albert Castillo, to do a roll call and kindly confirm if we have a call.
Good morning, this for the organized for ID number 26 GSJ01. White Chairperson, Manchi Marcaida. Back members, Ebony and Cantor, Lionel and Andet, uh, end user for good, Mr. Alan Levy, Back, PWD Head, Rodel Sigiyo Asal, member, Christopher Armand Liwanlava, and Juan R. Bisnar, Compton Fem, Nessa Andes, Lubino Melvin, present. Back Secretariat members, Maria Rona Angelica Wilson,
Present.
Mary L. Padua, and yours truly, Honorable Castillo Community. So we have 4 out of 5 members present, therefore we have a quorum.
Thank you, Engineer Castillo. So I would like to acknowledge the presence of the majority of the bank members, as well as the representatives from the bank secretariats and the technical work. So we are here for the credit conference for this project as a goods with contact ID number 26TFJ01. Our agenda for today's meeting, first, the brief presentation or explanation by the back of the following, the basic contract data, including the contract description, ABC, and the duration. Then the requirements of the bidding documents, the documents to be submitted by the bidders, both for the technical and the financial proposal, and the criteria and procedure for eligibility checking up to the issuance of the award. Then the second agenda, the questions or comments from the readers, and the replies of the back of the other representative of the procuring. Third agenda is other matters. The last agenda summary of the proceedings, including the issuance of the supplemental or the bulletins. So for our first agenda, it's like that, kindly this representation. So for our first agenda, the basic contract data, including the description of ABC operator. For this project, 2060-301, purchase of materials for the Centerline and Drain Line Repainting, Guardrail maintenance, inspection maintenance, Beach Repainting, along Masbate-Cataingan-Placer Road, Buenavista-Cawayan Road, Placer-Daraga Road, Daraga-Placer-Cawayan Road. With an approved budget for the contract of 3,966,590 pesos and 25 centavos. The source of fund, SR 2026-03-002285 current fund. So this is under the maintenance fund. Then the delivery date of goods or the contract duration of the service is 30 calendar days upon receipt of the notice to receive. So for the requirements of the bidding documents, we need to see for that. So for this particular project, for the SLCC, the bidder's SLCC's indirect opportunity should have been completed in a period of 10 years from the submission of the bid prior to the deadline for the submission of the state of bids. ABC, as mentioned earlier, is 3,966,590 pesos and 25 centavos. Then any bid with a financial component exceeding the amount, the said amount shall be accepted. So bids will be valid for 120 days from the bid of the year. For the bid security, it shall be in the form of a bid security declaration or any of the following. And any of the following, so we'll choose at least one.
Or any of the following, just at least one. Or you secure declaration or any
of the following, so choose at least one. Either the bid security declaration or any of the following 7. So the bid security shall be valid and not exceeding 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of the. The address for the submission of bids is the procurement unit room of the DPWH Masbate District Engineering Office at Barangay Balpawe in Salang, Masbate. And the deadline for submission of the bids is on September 9, 2026 at exactly 10 in the morning. Then the place of the bid opening is at DPWH Masbate DEO conference room. The date and time is on September 9, 2026. Immediately after the deadline of the receipt of bids. The performance security shall be in the form, so please choose one from any of the following. Then for the technical specifications, so this contract is the supply and delivery of the materials, 870 bags of the paint thermoplastic premium white, 25 kg per bag, 180 bags of the paint thermoplastic premium yellow, 25 kilograms per bag, 320 liters of paint primer, 15 tons liquefied petroleum gas, this refill only, 42 kilograms per tank, 30 tons of liquefied petroleum gas, refill also, 11 kilograms per tank, and 70 bags of glass beads, 25 kilograms per bag, 8 pails of reflectorized traffic paint yellow, 38 pails of reflectorized traffic paint white, 80 gallons of paint reducer, 12 cans of the multi-surface spray paint, 35 pails of the paint enamel quick dry white, 16 gallons of paint thinner, 30 pieces of paint brush 4 inches cotton, 20 pails of paint latex semi-gloss white, 30 pieces paint roller 6 inches cotton, 25 pieces paint roller 4 inches, 15 pieces paint brush 2 inches, and 5 sets artist brush 12 pieces per set. Yung sa paint brush na 4 inches cotton. Yung cotton dyan should be sa paint powder. Yung number 30. Paint brush 4 inches. Walang cotton. Hindi cotton. So, sa roller na, swing roller ng colleges ko. Kahit hindi correct. So, for the forms, standard forms for the lead securing declaration and omnibus sworn statement. So, the price schedule for moves, the contact form, the lead form. These forms are posted also in the DPWH website and field checks included in the bidding documents listed. So the documents to be submitted by the bidders for the technical and financial proposal. For the technical proposal, field check certification, then the Class A legal documents, DTI business name registration or the step registration certificate or CDA for cooperatives, then the valid and current names for need or municipal license, the statement of ongoing and similar completed government and private contracts, in the audited financial statement stamp received by the DIR of its newly accredited and authorized institutions, income tax return of the preceding year filed and paid through the DIR, electronic filing and payment system. Then the computation of the net financial contracting capacity, tax clearance for Executive Order number 390, series of 2005. Then for the Class B documents, if applicable, the valid joint venture agreement. These are also the bid security, either the bid security declaration or bid security forms as discussed earlier at the bid vacancy. Then the technical specifications, production or delivery schedule, the warranty certificate, brochures of the offered materials or equipment, then the omnibus sort statement, notarized, then secretary certificate and board resolution if applicable. Then the financial fee, please attach the bid form, duly signed bid prices and the countries and breakdown, then the recurring and maintenance cost if applicable. Please note that any missing document in the said list is a ground for outright rejection of it. Then we have the criteria and procedure for eligibility checking, preliminary examination of fees, detailed evaluation of fees, post qualification, and issuance of the award. These will be discussed by our head of the box department in the scheme.
Morning, so the bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedure using a non-discretionary pass or pay criterion as specified in the IR. The council opened the bids in public immediately after the deadline for submission and within fees as specified in the BDS. In case the bids cannot be opened as scheduled due to notifiable reason, the bank shall take custody of the submitted bids and will schedule the opening bids on the next working day or at the soonest possible time through the issuance of a notice of postponement to the post to be posted at the Billboard's website and the website of the Procurement District. The manner of the opening of bids for goods shall depend on the award criteria to be adopted. So, ang atong kaya po is the lowest calculated responsibility. So, the bank shall open the technical, the physical proposal on the same day. So, detail kung evaluation and comparison of fees. The procuring entity valuation of which shall be based on the bid prices quoted in the bid form, which includes the price schedule. The procurement entity will undertake the detailed evaluation and comparison of the bids, which have passed the opening and preliminary examination of bids pursuant to ITB Clause 22 to determine the lowest calculated bid. For LCB, the detailed evaluation of the financial component of the bid to be established are correct calculated prices of the bid. Correct calculated prices. The ranking of the total bid prices is calculated from the lowest to the highest, where the bids of the lowest shall be identified as the lowest calculated. Post qualification. The box shall determine to its satisfaction whether the bidder that is evaluated as saving submitted the lowest calculated bid. As the case may be complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions specified in ICP Clause 5, 12.1,
37.
and 12.2. The bidder within 5 calendar days from the receipt of notice above that it submitted the lower rated bids shall submit the eligibility document supporting its bids, certificate of registration, platinum membership, and its income and business tax return filed for the preceding quarter should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and is written in the media. For the award of contract subject to IT Declared 27, page 39. Subject to IT Declared 27, the hope for its duly authorized representative shall award the contract to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and the responsibility. Prior to the expiration of the period of liquidity, the procured entity shall not supply the successful either in writing and its fee has been accepted through an notice of award to be received by the bidder or its representative personally or sent by a registered mail or electronic receipt of which must be confirmed in writing with the document raised by the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsibility. Within 10 calendar days from the receipt of bids of the winning bidder of the notice of award, the following conditions should be complied with before the contract may be awarded. Submission of the following document by which the printer agreement, if applicable, or the certificate of registration of the foreign corporation, if applicable, posting of the performance security in accordance with IT Plus 31, and signing of the contract approved by the activity as well. That's all.
Let's go for attendance for what? Let's proceed to attendance rating. Are there any questions or comments from the visitors? Your next or secretary and then always kami na doon others. Kita question. No questions or comments from the visitors yet. Our third agenda, other matters. Are there any other matters?
So the receipt by the Bank of Peace deadline on September 9, 2026 as 10 a.m. in the morning at the back office, DPWH Masbate-District. Meeting office and the opening of weeks on the same date and time after the deadline of the receipt of fees.
So for our last agenda, the summary of proceedings, including the issuance of the supplemental or mutual. So as earlier, we found out that yung sa invitation to be corrected yung sa technical specifications and over review. Item number 13. Pero sa walang so corrected siya sa invitation to be, however, sa technical specifications, sa pinigong sa pinigong field for example. Then yung sa big security.
Ito, na dapat one year apo.
Choose just 7 calendar days, at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for submission of fees. It said supplemental bulletin shall be posted. Ito yung DPWH website din. Field checks. So September is. Are there any questions or reactions or clarifications from our DWH members, secretariat, and functionaries? And if there are none, no further questions, I officially declare this private conference adjourned. Thank you all for coming and attending this meeting.